Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's me again, Peng Peng. And for today's video guys, I will give you an update regarding the US visa update for March 2024. I apologize, I haven't had an update for the last 6 months. I got a full-time job and I'm having a hard time, balancing my time for YouTubing and my full-time job. But starting this month, I promise I will start do my best to give you an update regarding the US visa update and also guides on how to file your tourist visa, K-1 visa, and a lot more. So without further ado, let's start our March 2024 visa update. Alright guys, for visa update, extension of the interview waiver program for petition-based non-immigrant visas is still ongoing. This authority is in place until further notice. So if I were you guys, I will take advantage. If you have a current tourist visa and expiring the next few months, you still have chances to renew your visa without interview. We'll talk about that later in the next few minutes. All right, so important update and waivers of the interview. If you have H2 visa or you're a tourist visa, you can still renew your visa without interview. So here are the important things that you need to remember in order for you to apply for a waiver for the interview. Renew the visa within 48 months of expiration. Apply in the country of nationality or residence. Have never been refused a visa unless such refusal was overcome or waived. By the way guys, subject for the non-interview waiver program is still subject for consul's approval. It doesn't mean that automatic you will get approved, but mostly based on my experience, it's 99% once you renew your visa without interview, you will get approved right away. All right, next. So for non-immigrant visa, this is a very good one. Please take note that expanded time for visa renewal is 4 years before or after visa expiration. No interview needed for those who has a visa with 4 years expiry, 4 years before it expires or 4 years after it expires and you want to renew. For children 14 years old and below with a parent has a visa, or if you are 80 years old and above, you don't need to apply for an interview or you don't need to book for an interview. You can get your visa approved by applying to the interview waiver program. For visa update for the month of March 2024, the embassy continues to prioritize travelers with urgent needs and certain critical categories of visa. All right, for updates for immigrant, non-immigrant visas, in the photo guys, you can see that the wait times of non-immigrant visa type for Manila, we have visitors or student exchange, F, M, and J. The appointment wait times is 22 calendar days, meaning you have to wait 22 days from the time you book your interview till the day of your interview. And the important thing that you have to consider is the interview waiver program. If you have a current visa and you want to renew it, you don't need to wait for a long time. Approval is just 1 day. For tourist visa, regular applicants are waiting for their interview. The minimum wait times currently is 56 calendar days. And next slide guys, you can see that the available interview schedule for tourist visa for the US Embassy in Manila currently is April 2024. So today is March. You have like 30 days wait times for the interview for your tourist visa. All right, for non-immigrant visa process, we have IR1 to IR5. We're processing immigrant visas across all categories. However, with significant backlogs in most categories, wait times for interviews are lengthy for all but immediate relatives. It is not possible to provide precise wait times as facilities, staffing, resources, and local conditions all affect capacity and scheduling. All right, next we have the non-immigrant visas. Non-immigrant visas, we have tourist and K-1. Expedited appointment schedule or emergency request for non-immigrant visa is possible. You have to make sure that you paid the $185 tourist visa and you have to book already have a regular appointment through the CGI portal. The portal is where you can book your schedule. After that, you can submit or process a emergency request for your non-immigrant visa. Previous or current interview waiver applicants are not qualified to submit an expedited appointment request. So if you apply for interview waiver, you are not qualified to apply for urgent appointment. All right, but you have to remember to submit the necessary documents in order for you to be qualified to apply for emergency request for non-immigrant visas. All right, next we have certain applying for emergency appointments. So here are the criteria if you're applying for emergency appointments. You have a student or exchange visitors. If you're enrolling or applying for student visa, you can apply for emergency appointment. Urgent business travel, you are applying for tourist visa. You're applying for a medical or emergency visa, so you can apply for emergency appointment. And funeral or death. You have to remember, guys, you have to submit requirements in order for you to apply for emergency appointment, and applying for emergency appointment is still subject for consul's approval. People, K-1 applicants, the waiting periods right now if you're applying for K-1 visa is 14 months before your visa get approved or you receive your no want to. This is only from the Service Center California, but if you want the fastest one, you can apply to Nebraska Service Center. The wait times in Nebraska is only 7 months, which is the more legit, the K-1 is become very famous because there have this reputation that is very fast when it comes to petitioning your fiance compared to spousal that you have to wait for more than one year. But judging by the current processing time, if I will to apply, I'd rather go with the spousal rather than K-1. Spousal is more cheaper compared to K-1, and the waiting times is not even, they're both long. You have to wait for a long period of months for K-1. So why not apply for spousal instead of K-1 if the wait times is 14 months? All right, let's see. So it's the family preference visa. We're processing immigrant visas across all categories. However, with significant backlogs in most categories, wait times for interviews are lengthy for all but immediate relatives. Let me show you the schedule, guys. For the current wait times for family preference, I did some research, is 42 months until you got your petition approved. This is for I-130. You are petitioning your alien relative. For your spouse, this is for a green card holder. So you are petitioning your spouse or children below 21 years old. And the service center is California. Wait times is 42 months. But if you are petitioning your children above 21 years old, that has a longer wait time period. All right, next, let's go to employee-based visa. We're processing immigrant visas across all categories. However, with significant backlogs in most categories, it is not possible to provide precise wait times as facilities, staffing resources, and local conditions also affect capacity and scheduling. Here we go. We have an example of employment-based visa. I did this H-1B, which is now very famous here in the US. If you are applying for H-1B, your petition is called I-129, non-immigrant worker, and the field office is California. The wait times is only 1.5 months. Very fast. All right, guys, there you go. That's the latest updates for US visa for the month of March 2024. If you have questions, feel free to comment down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much. Bye. See you next video. Bye.